Are you imposing no-sex tenancy clauses on your tenants? Well, apparently, a lot of us buy-to-let landlords and property investors are doing just that. If you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell icon. We put out new videos each and every week, all dedicated to keeping you up to date and on top of your property investing game. Quite frankly, there's a lot of mudslinging going on, and landlords in the UK seem to have a very bad name. And a lot of it is because things are actually made up. I'm going to show you a TikTok that has gone viral. It's doing the rounds. It's had some 40,000 likes with over 1,500 comments, and more than 3,000 people have actually saved the thing. Let me show it to you and we'll talk about it and what implications this has for us as property investors and buy-to-let landlords.
These new rules for renting are insane. The people who control your rent in the UK have come up with a new way to ruin your life by not allowing you to have sex.
As if this is our intention to ruin people's lives. There are all sorts of lefty sites out there who aren't really talking about real experiences. They're actually making things up. And what this made-up video is about landlords introducing no-sex tenancy clauses. Now, I freeze the frame here. You'll see this is an official-looking page that they show up, just for a glimpse in the TikTok video. You'll notice the fonts are very, very clever. It's the same fonts that they use on the government websites. So they're trying to make you think this is official. And they also use the black and green colouring, same as the government website. But all they're talking about is this nonsense headline, which is landlords are enforcing no-sex tenancy clauses now.
Landlords are now enforcing no-sex tenancy clauses in some properties, meaning those renters risk eviction if they sleep with someone, even in their own home. There are basically no laws regarding no-sex clauses in the UK.
Now, this is a very, very interesting phrase. Actually, it's kind of right. There is no explicit law that says you can't have a no-sex tenancy clause. But that's because one is not needed, because it's covered anyway by human rights legislation and also unfair contract legislation. So there is no need for a specific law to prohibit that.
As tenancy laws already struggle to cover the basics, like being evicted for no reason or having your rent increased threefold. So if a landlord wants to add a no-sex clause into your tenancy agreement, they can.
No, they can't. There is no one adding no-sex tenancy clauses to their tenancy contracts. If you know of anyone, there are thousands of landlords who watch these videos that we put out on this channel. Let me know. If you're Frank from Peterborough and you're imposing a no-sex tenancy clause, let me know. Let me know. We want to know.
They could also just evict you regardless, so yeah. Rent reforms in this country now.
So that's how the TikTok's going. Of course, it's had a lot of traction, but the problem with this is when you read the comments, as I said, nearly 1,500 people have commented, and people think it's genuine. There are people on here saying, well, how will they find out? And some people are asking questions like, what if you're married? People are actually believing these TikToks are actually real. The problem is that we are entering now into a highly polarized world where people are on their social medias and they're getting feeds depending on what their tastes are and what their beliefs are already. And there's no authority checking to see whether all this stuff is true or not. So here we have all these people believing this particular narrative, and it's helping reaffirm a view that they already have towards landlords and renting, or encouraging them to form a negative belief. And of course, as we can see from Michael Gove here, who is in election year, he is clearly pandering to this vote. Let's have a look at what he said recently on TV.
And that bill does a number of things to help people in the private rented sector, including ending no-fault evictions. Why does that matter, some might ask? Well, it is the case that there are a small minority of unscrupulous landlords who use the threat of eviction either to jack up rents or to silence people who are complaining about the quality of their homes. It's important that we deal with that abuse.
So this is what we're up against, guys. Let me know what you think about all this nonsense in the comments below. If you know of anyone that's tried to implement a no-sex tenancy clause in their contract, let us know here. I also challenge the makers of this TikTok to get in touch with us, and let's have a live debate and let them present evidence of just one person who has tried to implement a no sex tenancy clause in their AST. Let me know whether you're liking this video. Give me your comments in the comments below. Also, don't go away without smashing that subscribe and bell icon so you're kept up to date with our latest videos. That's it for now. See you guys next time. The Baker Street Property Meet is the UK's largest and #1 property investors networking event. The property market is going through monumental change right now, and at Baker Street Property Meet we aim to keep you up to date with the latest tips and tricks and insider tactics to help you keep on top of your property investing game and succeed in these troubled economic times. The Baker Street Property Meet is fundamentally about networking, because it's not what you know, it's who you know. And at Baker Street we aim to connect you with the people to make your property journey a monumental success. There's no better place to be to further your property investment journey than the Baker Street Property Meet. So make sure you're here, you're connecting with myself and Andrew Roberts, our expert guest speakers, and 300 passionate property people each and every month. See you at the next meet. Get your spot at bakerstreetpropertymeet.com.